Are we bullish or are we bearish? What do you guys see? What do you guys see? Time frame. No, this is just clearly off of the market structure, right? This is clearly off of the market structure, right? So what we want to do first is we want to see, okay, if we are bearish, this is the area we should be testing, right? Or if we are bullish, then maybe this is the area we should be testing, right? Because these are your two zones. This is one zone here in the top. This is another zone here at the bottom. But now, when you see the price came down, it bounced from this zone. So Clay Bob said he doesn't know yet. So I think that's a good decision to not know yet. Look what happened. Now tell me, are we bullish or bearish, or where are we headed? How come we're going bearish? How come we're going bearish? Yep. So now when price has moved, right, it bounced from support. These are the signs you're looking at. We bounce from support, right? If you're looking at EMAs, you're probably looking at this cross, right? If you're looking at dynamics, support, resistance, you're looking at this area here. The price is closing above, making a base. So maybe this is the next area where price should go. Make sense? Because now we have this wick here to the left. Yep, so let's see what happens. Perfect. We went all the way up, right? Now you look at it on hindsight, you can notice that, okay, like, you know what, maybe this was support and then resistance, price breakthrough, came down to retest it, right? One of my rules is once a zone is tapped, don't change bias. Is that reasonable? Yes, that's very, very reasonable. I mean, if that rule is helping you take less losses, that's the best rule for you. That's the best rule for you. Right? So for my rule is if the zone is not being tapped, the zone is going to get tapped, but I have to get a better entry. Right? So I'm probably looking for an entry right around here. Yep. So that was a retest. All right. Are we bullish or bearish? Are we bullish, bearish, or consolidating? Unknown. Yeah, it looks bearish because I think you can see the line there, but I think we're consolidating for now. What about now? What about now? Price broke down. Okay, think about this, right? So when this information was not available, you had support right over here, right? Price broke down, made a low. Made a low where? At this zone. Oh, this is a very shitty zone I've drawn. Okay, so price made a low at this zone. So this is what I call zones, right? It made a low at this zone. Candles are closing below the 14 and 50 or whatever, right? And you have this big kangaroo tail. So now just looking at this, what's the most logical place price is going to go? Will price go down over here, or will price go up over here? Like, what's the most logical thing that's going to happen? The most logical thing. That's trading for you. All right. Perfect. The most logical thing, right? Now where price is going to go? So now you're looking at your zones. Now you're looking at this zone right here, right? You're looking at the zone. So you're looking at one tap, you're looking at two taps, and then you're looking at three taps. We went down. Beer, right? More beer. Because now you're just looking at these dynamic resistances. Break and retest. Yep, always. Notice how this was the zone. Notice how this was the zone here. This was the zone. This was the zone. Price is doing a retest right over here. Right? It's doing a retest. It did a retest and then it fell down. That's all. This is basic trading. But the only thing you need to do as a trader is to wait. Is to wait it out. You're just waiting. You're getting paid to wait. If you're waiting for a perfect setup, it's gonna come. And when it comes, you're gonna take it. But if you're taking losses once that setup comes up, you're not going to take it. This was actually a 4-hour time frame, right? So when you're taking losses while you're waiting for your setup, you can't take it because your confidence has been broken. Your ego has been fucked so much that you don't have what it takes to take that trade now. Right? So now let's look at a couple of more examples here. All right. What's going on here? What's going on here? Are we trending up? Are we trending down? Or are we consolidating? Perfect. Bravo. We're consolidating. So what's going on? We have a zone here on the top. And then we have a zone at the bottom. Right? We wait for a break. Perfect. So this happens. Now what? Has the price broken? What's the difference between manipulation and consolidation? Lots of differences. Manipulation means cheating, right? Consolidation means no direction. Yeah. So Javier says it's broken because now if you look, like no other candles closed below this area except for these candles here, right? So if you're maybe looking for sells now because we're breaking out of consolidation, you're maybe having a stop loss just above right over here, right? So you waited all this time for consolidation to break and you're taking an entry. And then we continue moving down. Right? But you're just waiting. You're waiting for price to do what you want it to do. That's all what you're waiting for. Remember, like when we have webinars, we're like I remember this one webinar, we waited 3 hours. We waited 3 hours for GJ to break out of consolidation. 3 hours, man. And once it broke, we took that sell. I think I personally took it for like 15 pips. Alex had it for like 30, 40 pips. But we waited because you get paid to wait. Like if you're trying to fight the market here, you're going to get fucked because you have a range here on the top and you have a range here at the bottom, right? If this range, zones at the top and bottom. So if this range is 40 pips, and if you're taking a trade here in the middle, what are you doing? Buying or selling? Right? There's a 50% chance it's going to move up, or it has a 50% chance it's going to move down. So you're waiting for breaks. You're waiting for breaks to see where price moves. If you look at Javier's Instagram, or if you look at like my Instagram or like anyone else, you'll see that all the posts are always bounces from support resistances or breaks of consolidations. That's it. There's nothing more. There's nothing more. You're just waiting. You know, just like Rafiki from Lion King. He waited for Simba to born, and when Simba was born, they were all happy. They defeated Scar, but they had to wait. All right, so let's. Okay, where are we moving here? Are we bullish, bearish, or consolidating? Consolidating. Perfect. We're consolidating. 3 people answered, but I'll take that as consolidation by the masses. Perfect. We are consolidating. So what are we waiting for? We're waiting for either a break right over here or waiting for a break right over here. Right? So either we can take a trade up to this level after the break, or we can bank on the fact that price is going to break down here and continue moving down. Makes sense? So now what do we have? We have a plan now. We have consolidated. Triple bottom is up. Yep, that's true. But when you're a new trader, you're looking for confirmations. When you're experienced like Javier, then you can do these triple bottoms and stuff. But like, you know, we are new traders, so Javier's market maker. Yeah, so you're waiting, right? So let's see what happens here. The zone's gone away. So price broke up, right? Where did price broke up? Look here. So this is where we had the zone, right? Even if we adjust the zone here, price broke up and is trying to go up. See here, it broke up. Broke and closed above. It's trying to come down and starting to do a retest right over here. So where do you think it's going to go? Like, it made a new high right here. Will it continue moving up? Or will it just fall down? Let's see what happens. See this? You're just waiting for confirmations. Waiting for confirmations. This was your confirm right over here, because we had consolidation level right here, and price broke up. Price broke up. Candles were closing above the EMAs, if you guys use EMAs, and went up to fill this range right over here. But you're waiting. Can you talk more about confirmations? Yeah, confirmations are when you have breaks and retests, right? So this candle was a break above, right? Because if you look left, this one here, they closed at the same levels. But this candle here, this one, and even this one, they closed above this level, right? So you must have heard about this, like price will close above, down for a retest, and then continuation, right? Same thing goes when price closes below, goes up for a retest, and then continues down below. Same thing happened here. Price closed above, came down for a retest, and then continued to move up. So where are you taking action? Yeah, because now what happened is that price closed below this zone right over here. This zone right over here. Right to the left. Right? It closed down here. So what's the most logical thing to do for the price? To go up to retest this area here. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, traditionally you're looking for 15-minute candles to close above, 30-minute candles to close above, right? So I think that gives more confidence that you're waiting for a high time frame candles to close above. So let's go to another example over here. Okay. What are we doing? Are we up? Yep, consolidation. So what do? We wait for a retest, or we wait for a break. Yeah, or we play ping pong. Yep, we chill. Wait for a break. Oh, look what happened. Notice this candle, right? Why do we say that it's important for candles to close? Because when you wait for candles to close, you realize, okay, you know what? Now once this candle was going up, I know some people would have taken buys because, oh, we're breaking out. But no, you're waiting for a candle to close. And this candle closed bearish, which means we're definitely not breaking out. So we're waiting for this candle to close. It closed bearish, which means that we're back in consolidation, right? This is not market manipulation. This is just using common sense that you're waiting for candles to close. Yeah, pick up. Now what do? We have a break. We have a break. We have a break. Retest. Retest. Perfect. Everyone's so smart now all of a sudden. Javier is freaking out. Are we still waiting? Okay, perfect. We're selling. Market maker got it right. See. Yeah, confirmation of resistance. Yeah, right. So we broke down, we consolidated here, and then this wick had to get filled, and then we continued to move down. How would you protect yourself from fake outs when using pending orders? Let's let you set a pending order. Let's you set a pending order. Have to go to work. If you are using pending orders, yeah, don't use them. That's the thing. Don't use pending orders. When you're afraid that's gonna hit your if you're gonna hit your stops, don't use pending orders. That's the thing. Just do what works, right? What is market manipulation and how do people trade it? Market manipulation is, I don't really believe in market manipulation. I think that happens on higher time frames rather than the smaller time frames. So I have no comments on market manipulation. Like everyone has different ideas. I have a completely different idea about market manipulation, right? But yeah, watch billions. But yeah, the market manipulations just don't really focus on that, right? Just focus on the simple stuff, like what you can control. If we have breaks, if we have a strong break, market is going to continue. If we have a weak break, then there's going to be a retest of the previous resistance. But then once you look at candles like, once you have strong candles like this, right? And then you have a weak candle like this, and then you have another strong candle like this. So now what's price doing, right? What's price doing? Maybe we're making a lower high over here. It's another lower high. So what are the chances of another lower high? Chances are high, right? So you're getting this wick fill. This is actually a 4-hour candle. So these are a lot of pips over here. Yeah, once we start live webinars, you guys will start to see like how we're making the charts look simple and like, you know, like how you're really planning and strategizing your trades. But we're gonna start like next week. When we start, we're gonna focus more on trading plans. That's what I'm gonna have everyone focused on first. So let's go to the next example over here. Okay. So what are we doing over here? We're consolidating again, right? It's a no-brainer. Yep, we're consolidating. We're consolidating over here, like, you know, somewhere over here. Yeah, we have this support thing, and then we have this resistance area going on, and then we have another support thing right here. Make sense? What EMA is 1450, 200. All right. So let's see where we can take a trade. Okay. Price broke down. We can take a trade, right? We can take a trade. Yeah. Up, retest, resistance, and down. So if I'm going to be taking a trade, I'm going to be taking a trade right over here. Taking a sell. Price went down. Right? Now someone tell me, someone except Javier, tell me that, okay, this was support. So will this turn resistance right over here? So what's most likely to happen right over here? Is the price more likely to fall, or is the price more likely to reject based on what you've seen here? Fall, right? Now everyone is saying sell. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Everyone's saying sell is most of the people here because you haven't traded yet, right? So you're looking at this trade based on the previous successes you've had with breaks and retest. Make sense? So now you see a break over here and you see a retest happening right over here. So you're taking a sell. Right? You're just waiting. You're making it simple for yourself. Yep. Break support, becoming resistance. And then price continued to go down because we had this wick to fill, and we continue to move down. All right, let's move to the next slide over here. What's confirmation? Javier is very, very, very knowledgeable. Okay. High time frame wick fills are lower time frame market structure. Does this make sense? Right? When you have, let's say, a daily candle, okay, let's look at some wick fills here. So when you have a daily candle like this, right, and the daily candle has a wick to fill like this. So the next daily candle is probably going to form like something like this, right, with a wick on top and with a wick on bottom. Make sense? This is going to be the daily candle. But now when you're looking at smaller time frames, your smaller time frames are probably going to be something like this, like price went down, it made a low, right? It went up, it made a high, it moved down, rejected it, and then it continued to move down. Right? So this high right here, this was probably a top wick of this daily candle. Right? And then it had a small rejection over here, right? A candle exhausted. Now when price moves in, now when price is not going to move all the way down on smaller time frames because it has to move in a wave, right? Like it has to make small corrections. That's what's happening here. Price moved down, rejected a support to move up, made a wick here on the daily candle, moved down, rejected it, and then continued to move down again. And then moved up again to do a retest, and then continue to move down. It's really easy to draw these patterns here on the screen. Like it's really easy, but it's really hard to identify it on the chart. LTF is lower time frame. Yeah, so it's a liquidity wick right here. So this is the daily kind of liquidity wick. Like it needed some gas to move up to continue moving down. right? So let me just show you in a chart example over here. We're going to see it in a chart example, man. This is a 4-hour chart here. And then you have, this is a 1-hour chart, right? So 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart, right? Notice how this price moved up on the 4-hour and then it started to move down. It made this arc. So when you're looking at the 1-hour, you see the same thing, like it moved up. It maybe reached a resistance here, which was support, and started to move down. And then you had this wick up over here. This wick up was a liquidity wick on the 4-hour. And then what happened? It started to move down to support. So now next, let's look at the 15-minute. I'll give you even more information. This is the 15-minute time frame. Now you see, you have a lot more information. You have a lot more, you have some consolidation going on. You have some haphazard movements which you don't know about. Because now if you look at this candle here, seems like, okay, we're probably going to move up. Because candles are closing above EMAs and Wicks don't lie says, oh, candles are closing above EMAs, it's going to move up. Well, it stopped me out, right? Because you're looking at the smaller time frame. And smaller time frame zones are weak. Right, so when you're looking at the higher time frame, you see that, okay, 1-hour candles closing below the 14 EMA, and like, you know, there's momentum, it's being rejected. And the 4-hour over here, it rejected a resistance, so maybe the next 4 hours is going to go down. So what about the 15-minute? Right, you're taking this trade based on the higher time frame confluence. That if 4 hours down, 1 hour is down, maybe 15-minute is going to go down as well. By the way, this move up here is a liquidity wick on the 4-hour. Yeah, so you watch your zones. It's very important. You watch your zones. So if you look left, let's take a look left over. Let's draw a zone right over here. Right? Does this make sense now? Right? This area over here, this area over here, this rejection, and then this rejection, right? So when you see these things and when you see the higher time frame, the 4-hour moving down, okay, well, most probably we're heading down, right? So that's when you decide that either you're going to grab this part of the move or you're going to grab this part of the move. Or, hey, fuck it, you're going to grab this part and have a stop loss at break even and let the whole thing ride. Liquidity wick. Which one, Marco? Are you talking about this one? Yeah, that's the liquidity wick on the 4-hour. Right? So this is just to show how smaller time frames will work together to create the overall larger time frame. Right? It's very important. What do you mean by liquidity wick? Liquidity wick means a wick in the opposite direction.